Okay, continuation from part one here, talking about mortgages and financial institutions, the banking institutions that handle mortgages. Anyway, you already signed the note. The next thing you sign is a deed of trust in some states, and in Florida it's mortgages. Anyway, that makes that loan a secure loan, because the mortgage is a document that secures that loan with the title, with a lien on the property. Okay, so you have the note, and then you have the mortgage. Okay, and those two documents make it a secure loan. Now, what happens when the note gets separated from the mortgage? That means, let's say they don't have a mortgage, just a note. It's called an unsecured loan. Okay? And let's say you don't have the note, but you do have the mortgage. Well, these people who have this will never see. They will never be able to enforce the mortgage because they don't have the note. Okay, basically that's it. And so that's what usually is happening in today's world. And explain a little bit, right now why that is. Okay, there's a lot of fraud going on in the courts and everything. Okay, but this has been going back for years and years and years. Okay. Now, by the way, when ABC company sold the note to XYZ company, the mortgage should have been released. There should have been a satisfaction of the lien posted on public records, but it has never been done. Okay. And another little thing that I know you can find it, because I found it on the internet, okay? And this is just banking regulations, and nobody will deny it, nobody. According to their regulations, no financial institution can hold a real estate property for more than 5 years. After that, that's it. The borrower just has to request it that be acknowledged, and the bank has to release the lien. But I think there's a little loophole that they're trying to go around, and how they do it is that every 5 years they keep transferring to another company every 5 years. Okay? So no company can have it more than 5 years. I don't care if it's a servicing company, I don't care who. If they don't have it more than 5 years, they're good to go, according to them, to the rules and regulations. Anyway, let's continue here. Now, the fraud is greatly compounded when the XYZ company goes to an investor. Doesn't matter which investor, which company it is, but there's two main ones that most people have heard of, okay? And that is called Fannie Mae, things like that, I don't know, and Freddie Mac. Okay, those are quasi-governmental investor, it's a huge conglomerate, okay? They give XYZ company the money to pay the seller and the closing costs. And XYZ sells Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac that note, the promissory note. What they do is they bundle up lots of them, and they're worth millions of dollars, and they're called mortgage-backed securities agreements. Okay, and then from there they go to the stock market, and that's how it gets traded and sold and sold and sold so many times. Anyway, between ABC company and XYZ company, the note was considered a negotiable instrument. Okay? But when XYZ company sold it to an investor, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, let's just say, then now it becomes a security instrument. It's no longer negotiable. Look it up and find out that once that happens, there's no way this company or this company can come after you. There's no way, because it's no longer a negotiable instrument. By the way, in all of this time, it's always been separated by the mortgage. So it's an unsecured loan. Okay? Now, God knows when it gets here, who has it? They'll never be able to find out. Okay? Anyway, let's continue here. There's a lot of things that are happening with MERS. It's a way to register these notes and to see who is the holder in due course. Okay, and a lot of homeowners have been plagued by fraud by this company, and you got robo-signers, you know, signing affidavits of truth and transfer of deeds, you know, allonges, you know, to show the courts that, you know, somebody did do this correctly and so forth and so forth. But it's a lie. It's all a lie. It's all fraud. Anyway, the basic thing here is that after it's sold to the investors, then there's no way to know who is the true holder in course of the note. And usually it gets transferred to many companies, okay? And for the majority of the parts, there is a break in the chain of custody of that note. This, let's say this note could have maybe 10 transfers, but within those 10, if there's only one that was not done properly, then the whole thing is void on its face from inception. Okay? So that's what's been usually happening with MERS and all these robo-signers, those foreclosure mills. It's just a shame. But that's what's happening, and you know, oh, what happens when you somehow get into foreclosure? Well, a lot of things happen, and one of the things, looks like I've got about a minute or so left. What usually happens is when somebody goes into a foreclosure, they either abandon the property and the bank gets it for free again, or they hire an attorney. An attorney is lucky enough to find some predatory lending, all the type of frauds that are happening with those type of companies. Or they don't find nothing and they're able to refinance the house, forgive some of the upside down value on the home, bring the interest down on the mortgage so that the customer can, you know, do a refinance with the current financial situation. But anyway, on the next part, I'm going to explain a little bit more on how you can confirm if they will allow you to see their accounting books. We're going to be talking about GAAP, which is General Accepted Accounting Principles. Okay? So, see you in the next video.